Modern society has sold us a very dangerous illusion regarding financial security. We tend to believe that a high income equates to high security. But income is merely cash flow. It is not a fortress. Let me introduce you to David and Elena. They are a successful dual-income household in their early 30s, raising a 4-year-old daughter. They live in a great neighborhood, drive reliable cars, and take an annual vacation. On paper, they are the picture of middle-class success. But structurally, they are walking on a financial tightrope without a net. Like most modern professionals, David and Elena suffer from an extremely high burn rate. Their mortgage, car payments, daycare fees, and lifestyle subscriptions consume 95% of their monthly take-home pay. Because they feel secure in their corporate jobs, they invest whatever small surplus they have directly into the stock market. They have zero liquid capital. They assume the future will be exactly as predictable as the past. But life does not respect our spreadsheets. Disaster doesn't schedule an appointment on your calendar. It strikes on a random, mundane Tuesday afternoon. David is suddenly called into a sterile, windowless conference room. The company announces an unexpected global restructuring. David's department is eliminated. His position is terminated, effective immediately. In a matter of 15 minutes, 50% of their household income completely evaporates. Without an emergency fund, a job loss is not just an inconvenience. It is a full-scale catastrophe. The banks holding their mortgage do not care about corporate downsizing. The daycare center does not offer a sympathy discount. Within 30 days, their checking account hits zero. To buy groceries, they are forced to use credit cards, triggering a high-interest debt spiral. To pay the mortgage, David contemplates liquidating his retirement investments, which would incur massive tax penalties. But the financial damage is only half the story. The psychological and physiological toll is devastating. Financial panic triggers a primal survival response. Cortisol floods their systems. Sleep becomes impossible. The stress infiltrates their marriage, leading to bitter arguments over small expenses. The warm, happy environment their daughter used to enjoy is suddenly replaced by an atmosphere of chronic anxiety. This is what happens when you hit a wall without wearing a financial seatbelt. Now, let's rewind the clock and introduce the ultimate antidote, the emergency fund. In personal finance, an emergency fund is a specifically designated pool of highly liquid cash, usually stored in a high-yield savings account. It is strictly calculated to cover 3 to 6 months of absolute baseline living expenses. It is not an investment meant to generate massive returns or beat inflation. Viewing your emergency fund as an investment is a fundamental misunderstanding of its purpose. Let's look at the alternate reality. Imagine David receives the exact same termination notice on that Tuesday afternoon. But this time, they have 6 months of living expenses sitting safely in the bank. The outcome is drastically different. The emergency fund acts as a shock absorber. When the income stops, the fund immediately deploys, seamlessly paying the mortgage, the groceries, and the utilities. The chaos is entirely mitigated. The true power of the emergency fund is that it buys you the most valuable asset during a crisis: time. Because David's family is not facing immediate starvation or eviction, he is not forced to accept the very first low-paying job offer he finds just to survive. He possesses optionality. He has the leverage to update his resume properly, go through multiple interview rounds, and negotiate a salary that matches his true market value. The emergency fund transforms an existential threat into a mere transitional phase. Most importantly, the fund protects the family's emotional ecosystem. David and Elena can sleep at night. They aren't turning against each other under the weight of financial pressure. Their daughter never even realizes that anything went wrong. This is how you protect traditional family values in a volatile modern economy. You don't just protect them with love, you protect them with liquid capital. An emergency fund is the financial equivalent of a deep breath. Do not wait until you are in the car crash to figure out how to put on your seatbelt. If your entire financial existence relies on everything going perfectly right, your plan is dangerously flawed. Job losses are just one variable. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the harsh statistics of real-world shocks, from sudden medical emergencies to global economic downturns. We will explore exactly why life happens suddenly, and how having a safety net dictates whether you break or bounce. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.